Yo, what is up YouTube? I'm Blitz5, and today I want to talk about the new HUD update that is hitting League of Legends in Season 5. So right now we're in patch 5.10, and this is hitting the PBE at the moment, so we could expect this in patch 5.11 or 5.12. And before we get into the new HUD and what they're going to be updating, I want to show you guys right now what the HUD looks like in Season 5. So I have a picture of it right here from a game I was playing with AP Thresh Mid, which was pretty fun, as you can see in the score. So right now the current HUD here has the well, this is in Windows Movie Maker or Windows Media View, so it looks kind of crappy, but we have the icon here of the player with my weapons, then you have our items, and then you have the abilities with your passive, flash, TP, and then the minimap on the right. A lot of people look to the bottom right in minimaps for games. That's where it is on Xbox when you're playing Call of Duty. It's usually in one of the four corners, but most commonly you see it a lot in the bottom right. When you're playing Halo, the map is on the bottom right. And then you have your teammates on the left, which I like. You have the score on the top right, and then any kills happen here. Your chat is here, but you can move the chat around. If you surrender, it comes up here, but you can also move that around. And then when you tab, you have a box here which shows you all of the players with their items, and then you can see when dragon and stuff is up here. So they obviously aren't going to put the dragon up here because it's very large, and then the tab screen is just way too big, so you only get it when you tab, obviously speaking. So down to the new HUD update. Basically, they want to make things simplified. That's the TLDR. They want to simplify the HUD, make things more clear. So here is the first example of what they're going to be doing. It's very small. They're still going to keep this. This is basically they're merging two things here. Instead of having the one with the player and the items and the thing and the abilities, they're putting the player icon, abilities, and the items right in one row in the middle, so it eliminates having the gap of two rows, and you get this view of this awesome view here. Clears corners, allows you to see more of the game. This is huge because two of the corners are blocked, and now they're allowing one of the corners to not be blocked. That's awesome. And the items don't really need to be that big because you know what they are once you buy them, and if you need to read them, you could just hover over them. And then obviously they're keeping the mini map here, and they're moving all the players here just to keep it all in one centralized location. So I didn't mind the teammates being on this side, but if they're gonna make things simplified, they're going to put it all together, and I like that a lot. So this definitely makes it much more clear. It's almost surprising how much more of a view we have here. Everything is smaller. They're not wasting any details here by putting a box around Ashe. They're really just simplifying everything, and then even this is kind of like transparent so you can see through it. Even this looks a little transparent. It just looks much more cleaner, and it fits the new style of the game. The HUD is looking quite outdated with the new map that came out in Season 5. This is kind of a fresh new look, and instead of everything being so boxy, things are a little bit more rounded, and it's funny how things kind of work that way. Everything kind tends to be, sometimes people like boxes, sometimes people think circles, and rounded items are more modern looking and sleeker, and that's where they're going with that. So you guys can read through this on the website if you want to get more detailed information, but basically if you want to see the big picture here, they just want to make it better for everybody, more simplified, and as much information as you need. That's important. And they're adding a few things, like right here they have death timers for the enemy, which some people complain about when they put dragon timer in and stuff like that. Is that going to make it more noob friendly? But if anything, there's just so many things to account for in League of Legends. This just helps, and this information is available to you if you hit tab. They're just putting it on the screen so you can get a quick glance on it. And to me, I don't think that makes the game more casual. I think the game makes the game more efficient, and it's still a lot of information to take in, so you need to understand the game and be aware of what's going on, and kind of just like, you need to almost be like a pro to get everything down anyway. So if you're new to League of Legends, you're still going to be struggling. So to me, it's a fair upgrade to the HUD, and a fair thing to display because you could just get the information. They're not adding anything crazy. And I like the way they're going with that stuff, and I've always approved of the dragon and baron changes. It doesn't seem to have changed the game that much. And then lastly, we have the tab screen, which we're just making a little bit smaller. Right here seems to be the same with the dragon timers, blue and red. The tab, it's just going to match this layout, which is nice. And yeah, I think it looks pretty sweet. Let me know what you guys think. I like that League of Legends is always improving on all this stuff, slowly but surely. Every season, every couple patches, they're slowly improving the game. Eventually, hopefully, we'll have a better client and some new systems. But right now, everything is pretty good. I can't complain. Riot Games always does an awesome job, so I don't mind supporting this company. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's see when this comes out, and thanks for watching. Blitz5, I'm out.